Hi family, it's been a long time since I've come on to do a video. I will probably give a testimony in the future. I'm not come on to do that right now of what all's been happening in my life. But I've come on to share something with you guys and connect some dots of things the Lord has shown me. I'm a little out of practice, so bear with me. On September 6th, I was given a short vision. I seen a man. He was a fireman. He was wearing yellow attire, a yellow fireman suit outfit. In his hand, he had a football. So I immediately knew what that represented. If you've been following the channel, which most of you have been here a long time, you know about the kickoff event. You know about Jonathan Kleck's prophetic utterance about New York. You know I was given the number 321. You know Jonathan was given 4321 before the fire. So we have a fireman with a football. Kickoff event. Okay? So I couldn't find a picture of a fireman holding a football. This is a soccer ball. Just to give you an idea. This is one of the yellow suits they wear. And I looked into it. This is New York firefighters. What they wear. It does have yellow on it. But they also have these all yellow outfits. You can see FDNY firefighter on it. I don't know if the entire country uses these particular firefighter outfits or not, but I do know New York does have them. I guess they're a special. The yellow suit is extra protection, like you're going to need even more protection, if that makes sense. More so than like the regular fireman suits. Firefighter equipment, fire resistant trousers. Okay, so I wanted to just share that, and then there's some other dots connected as well. On September 7th, I got some takeout. And the gentleman that delivered it, his name was Gabriel, family, and we know that Gabriel is the messenger angel. And then, actually, that was on 9/4/2024, but it popped up in my email again on September 7th as a reminder. And so on the 4th, I got the Gabriel knock at the door. Okay? Yeshua's the door. We know that. And Gabriel is a messenger angel. Then on the 7th, I received an email. Glasses on USA, the number 70 means wake up. And then America's Frontline. My promise to you, I'm here, game on. And then after that, it had the deep state. And y'all know the money printed on the 9/11 towers, the Pentagon, I do believe Oklahoma City bombing, Hoover Dam, and then the New York flood coming from the Poseidon missile with Jonathan. Okay? So it's a deep state operation, whatever, when this thing goes off in New York. That'll be I guess the first event, because I'm going to talk a little bit more about the next one. Also, I just wanted to make note that New York Police Department's been setting up a lot of barricades. Different things have been going on. In Brooklyn, there was a barricade situation. And Brooklyn is when the Lord sent Casey. She was telling me, Brooklyn. I was like, okay, this is pointing to Manhattan, if you've been following a long time. With the elections coming up, different things have been going on in New York. There's been a lot of reports of different events in New York with barricades going on, but Brooklyn really jumped out at me because, the situation with Brooklyn pointing to Manhattan, pointing to the Poseidon missile from a long time ago. It stopped on, the first one I noticed stopped on 320 for the latter end, and that one stopped on 616. So anyway, as I was watching Jacob Israel, and every now and then I'll hear something, and then I'll listen to Jacob Israel, and it'll connect a dot to what, as a witness to what Jacob's hearing, Jacob's seeing, and then it'll connect dots on things the Lord's showing me. So as I'm watching Jacob, this ad pops up, the dark horse dream. And we know the black horse represents judgment. Okay? And he's talking about unveiling their end game and coming election apocalypse. Okay? And then he mentions the increased violence in New York. And granted, his channel name is Jacob Israel, right? And then out of his mouth came the word, like a jubilee. So I'm going to have to show y'all some stuff on that. Okay, so this is a picture of the Lord will take pictures out of my phone and pop them up on my phone as a window saver. And that's his picture. Okay, and 12 tribes for 12 tribes of Israel. And then here, the tribe of Dan. 10th month, Tibet. Okay. And Dan is the judge. And also the black horse. Right? So I want to point that out. Okay, so he's been showing me the Jubilee a lot. And he popped this up with a puzzle piece. Worked the puzzle. The time of Jacob's trouble. Family, I don't know if you're aware, but in Israel and Jerusalem, the first time in a decade, the Shin Bet has opened the underground nuclear bunker in Jerusalem known as the Doomsday Bunker. It's the Shin Bet from the Hebrew alphabet. Okay, first time in a decade. We know things are heating up with Israel. The land. Okay, not the people, but the land. We know Judah is over in the Holy Land, our brothers, and that connects to the 11:11 war, which will come out of Ezekiel 38. So there's kind of like several things I'm seeing, but the Jubilee, guys, that comes in 2030, 2031. Because remember, the Lord King, Yeshua HaMashiach, told us already that 2023, Jacob's trouble began. We know it's 7 years for the Shabu account. And he confirmed 2030. That ends 20, because, the Hebrew calendar is different from our Gregorian calendar, so it'll be like the 2030 into 2031. Family, I didn't even know this, or maybe if I did, I've forgotten it. It's the 123rd Jubilee, when Yeshua returns at the end of the 6,000 years. Now, we know this is the greater Exodus. Israel is being ingathered right now. And there's an escape plan for Yeshua's bride, the 144,000. And then there's going to be 2 more watches. First watch, second watch. He spoke this and the scribes through Casey. So family, the Jubilee, the 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, the Jubilee. Okay? So he's confirming this. As it turns out, the Great Tribulation is only 3 years. And that, things should be getting ready to heat up really quickly. Couple of weeks ago, I think I heard events coming. I couldn't remember if I heard 2 events coming or just events coming. But that was it. I'm not giving a date on when the New York event will happen. I just know I'm being shown a vision and then the puzzle pieces and connected to the Jubilee, Israel, the bride, everything all in one. Work the puzzle. And Jacob, Israel, like a Jubilee. Okay, so I get this one, guys. I had been scrolling on TikTok. And I just, boom, out of nowhere see this. The keys, 3, 2, 1. We know the key is 41 of the 7 years of plenty and the 7 years of famine. And the Lord gave us that scribe from Genesis 41. I think it is. Genesis 41. Okay, so underneath that, it had royal with a crown for the royalty of the King Yeshua and the 123rd Jubilee. So it's like part of the key is 41. The key is 1, 2, 3, the 123rd Jubilee. And the 12 gates for the 12 tribes in New Jerusalem pictures on it from where I had shared that. And then the 12 tribes arrangement was in the picture. And this New Jerusalem City Channel picture. So we got New Jerusalem twice and the Lord Jesus Christ Gematria 233. Okay, you get what he's showing me here. Abraham Ojeda, is getting some things, connecting some dots in the greater Exodus. And I was watching him. Underneath it was the covenant. We know that you enter into Israel. Jacob turns right into Israel, into the covenant with the Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Yeshua Mashiach. And to clarify, there is not going to be a rapture of the church. There's not going to be a rapture at all. Okay? There's the greater Exodus. There's the escape of the bride. There's the other watches. It'll be like a translation. Sorry for that. If I haven't cleared that up before, I'm clearing that up now. There is no rapture. You need the Hebrew understanding to come out of Babylon, the churches, into Israel and learn to walk the Torah. Okay? In this picture, I got the puzzle piece again. With this picture, Tishrei 10, 2030 begins the 40th Jubilee year that comes to an end on Tishrei 10, 2031. Based on 70 AD siege of Jerusalem sign. The Jubilee begins in the fall of 2030 with the trumpet blast of the shofar and comes to its conclusion in the fall of 2031. Okay, in this picture, I get the picture of the double Jubilee 2031. Now, Rock Island Books had changed his year to 2024, but we know he's looking for the rapture, whereas we know that's not coming. And it started in 2030, Jacob's trouble. So the 2030-2031 is the double Jubilee. And a picture of the Lion of Judah, the protective king. And Matthew 24:30, they will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of the sky with power and great glory, and he will send his angels with a loud trumpet call, and they will gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to the other. I'm having problems. Okay, so I seen this today, and I wasn't that familiar with it. Ezra's eagle from the book of Ezra's. It shows the U.S. and the presidencies. If you are led, seek the Lord and ask Him. If you can look into this, it really looks like this prophecy fits America to a T. And the fall of it is what it leads to. And the kickoff event, I guess, starts it. But we know that 11/11, the war happens between the nuclear exchange of Russia and the U.S. Well, this soon happens after the second evacuation of Kiev. There was the first one already. After the second evacuation of Kiev, that's when the war heats up and Israel's attacked, and then America and the U.S. go to the nuclear exchange that falls on 11/11. And then China will invade the U.S. as well. So this speaks of, the end of America and how it connects to the presidents and their time in office. So look into that if you feel led to. I just know these things are soon to come. We are in Jacob's trouble, and I have to, because Jonathan, what he's seen, what Philip has seen, and I'll go and show you something else that I'll upload it again. Jeff Byerly, I have to do it for my other phone. I forgot it's on my other phone, saved on a memory card. I'll upload it after this. It's just a little 4-minute video from Jeff Byerly of the kickoff event. It's literally what it's called for New York City. Here's a report from the Hal Turner radio show that the Russians told the U.S. if long-range weapons are used against Russia, it will affect both sides of the Atlantic Ocean. Still, the collective West marches farther and farther into the conflict. In the Atlantic Ocean, most of the nukes hit on the East Coast, the Atlantic Ocean side, but some do hit the West Coast as well. And I had made a mistake in my list from Philip Barnett. One does hit LA and San Francisco. So if you have that list from the other video, from the 11/11 nuclear war, add LA and San Francisco to your list. I gave the safety zones in that video as well. And always seek the Lord on what you do. Don't, do anything. The Lord's got this, guys. There's nothing to fear at all. I'm just sharing what He's showing me and how it's connected to the presidency. If this Ezra's 8 presidency prophecy is true, I mean, from my understanding of it, I'm not saying I know, but it looks like this race between Harris and Trump, the eagle awakens and then devours the two. So it might go to Kennedy. And then he may not be reigning very long. And then something else happens. I don't know what. Reigning as president, I mean. You have to look into it and take it to the Lord. But it definitely looks like that eagle represents the U.S. Also, Israel news. Israel took the Philadelphia corridor, gained control over that. That's the land bearing witness to Israel, the Philadelphia church and the book of Revelation 3. Israel, Jonathan, Philadelphia, the covenant, your eyes turned up, all those things, the land bearing witness. So I just wanted to share that. One last thing. This was pulled up. The word Shabua, which the 49 years, the 120th Shabua, 2044. You can go back and listen to the video, the Shabua, and praise and bless. I just wanted to point to so delightful to hear my bride rejoice over tiny tokens of love. I also wanted to point out that the evil plans to be fulfilled through wicked men is on the rise. Be not frightened. Father knows all things, as do I. We are one. My precious bride may witness catastrophic events, yet no harm will come near to you. Father will be merciful in this hour. He will call many out of the world. Be not afraid. I am with you always. You can also go to that video. So I'll upload that 4-minute video I was telling you about after this one. The testimony from Jeff Barley, and then goodness gracious. I'm also going to put a link in comments for a rabbi for everyone to go and eat from. He is definitely approved by Yeshua. I've been following him for months now, so I will share that with you guys. And Of course, I don't know if you know about Monty Judah. I could put him in the comments as well for everyone. Guys, the rapture, if you're still holding on to that, you got to let that go. It's not coming. There's no rapture. There is the greater exodus. We know the end from the beginning. Okay? What was will be, nothing new under the sun. Okay? Well, I don't know when these events are coming, other than the 11/11 nuclear exchange. I just know that I was shown this and I needed to share it with you and remind everyone about the Jubilee and Jacob's Trouble, where we are in the timeline, and the covenant and walking the Torah, keeping the Shabbat, coming out of the churches. So utilize these links that I'll share in comments, please. It'll help a lot. Well, that's all I have for you at this time. God bless you guys. I love you. Miss you very much. And I hope to come back very soon and follow up with you.